Y'all know what? You ain't gotta tell me or show me one time in 2025, 2026 that you don't give a you know what? Y'all, you know, by not calling me, not checking up on me, not coming over here, to visit me, you know, you know, you know, being rude and nasty. Y'all, this season it's a new season. Permanently cutting narcissist people from my past. No, apparently no contacting people. I ain't just talking about it. I'm being about it. Mm-hmm. Yup. I ain't just talking about. I'm being about it. You let me know that I'm unimportant to you. Yup. I'm cutting fake friends, fake family members off. Yup. Cutting baby daddies off, children off, grown adult children. That's right. That's what parents. That's right. Church folk. I'm not DMing. I'm not texting you. I'm not following you. I'm not going. I'm not giving you anything. I'm not praying for you. My butt handing you over. I'm handing you over to Satan. I'm handing you over to your reprobate mind. Bye. Just like the Bible say, yup, I'm through. I'm done. Yup, I am through. I'm done. Ain't no chasing. Nope. You probably say, where all this coming from? Where is all this coming from? I just called my youngest son's father. I just called him and check and see what he doing for Thanksgiving. I don't know why I did that. And he had an attitude on the phone. And then he said something about he planned on going away, going out of town. And I said to him that I wouldn't do that because it's not safe out there. It's not safe. I'm saying our concern. He's 63 years old. 63 years old. And I'm stupid. Ain't no other ways. 63 years old and this just like my husband. Just like my husband 10 years older than me. My husband 65. But y'all, he talking about he gonna go out there as bad as it is out there. And I was saying how the airport and stuff shut down, saying what I said to him, if he going somewhere, make sure he going with his family or somebody that he know, or like his church or somebody, call his church. And then he said, I said for him to call his mother's church, his mother's church. And then he said, oh, he been checking on them on YouTube. But I said, I asked him, did he call the church office? And he said no. I said, well, maybe around this time, around this time, the church is playing outings for seniors, like Sights and Sounds or something like that. And then he said, you ain't telling me nothing that I already know. That's his way of dismissing me, discrediting what I'm telling him. That's his way of putting me in my place. Ain't no different. See, it's the same. That's the same spirit him and Elliot got. And Henry and Elliot got the same spirit. Both of them around the same age. They the same age, and they prey on women younger than them, like me. Play them games like, oh, you ain't saying nothing, or y'all. They say what you say. I'm watching the TV show. I'm watching the TV show. I'll call you back. That's not important. That's exactly why I said that's not important. Y'all, I'm doing him the same way I had to do Darwin. Darwin at the church. Y'all, I'm doing Henry the same way I had to do Darwin from the church, in the same way I had to do Elliot, my husband. I ain't with my home phone being cut off, my home phone cut off, so Darwin couldn't call my home phone. And then when I saw him on the street, or saw him on the street, he said, "Give me your cell phone." I'm like, "No, y'all." And my husband did the same mess. I need your cell phone number for insurance. No, y'all, what is 2010 when I met Henry. 2010, I met him in 2010 in the hospital, and I met him through his sister. Vanessa was in the house. The same way I met y'all. The same way I met Charles. I met Charles through his sister. Y'all see the pattern here. Y'all, every time when I was in a vulnerable season in my life, here comes Satan himself. Y'all, that's the same way I met my middle son's father. Back in 91, 92, 91. Y'all, okay, so Henry, I met him, and my youngest son, Christian, is not my son. That is Henry's child, y'all. That is Henry's child. He ain't mine. Y'all. That's why, thank God that my mother's a cousin, my mother's aunt, which is my great aunt, got custody she had adopted him because ain't no y'all thank God. Y'all, my son Joshua can't stand him. Even though he like, he the like his stepfather and all that and anything like that. He respect him as a stepfather, call him stepfather and all of that. But my son did not forgive him for saying that he won't throw me out the a window, 6-story, throw me out the window. Y'all, you know what? You know what? I'ma do him the same. I'ma do him the same way. I'm gonna do Henry the same way I had to do my neighbor. The same way I had to do my neighbor that did what he did. Y'all, block his number and don't cut him off. Y'all, it ain't no ties. It ain't no soul. There's no soul tie. There is no soul tie there. You know, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing there with his evil spirit. It ain't nothing there. When you free, you free. Because at first I was like, oh, he promised that he was going to help me to move because the landlord been saying that she going to move me out of this 2-bedroom. She ain't done it yet. She ain't done it yet. And trust me, God will provide a way. He will make a way. Have somebody to help me to move. Somebody, whether it's my sister and her husband or my oldest son, somebody will help me to move. They was ready to move me out of here, move me with my oldest son to Delaware back when my neighbor did what he did back in August. And I was like, oh, I was like, I ain't ready. I'm not ready. I'm not. They was going to jump up and move me out of here like Harriet Tubman at Underground Railroad. Y'all abruptly just get me out of here overnight, y'all. And look at God. Me and my sister ain't had no relationship with each other for years. Because of all the mess that my mom did orchestrated between me, my son, and my sister. Y'all, wait, Pastor Joe witnessed BS with this fellowshipping and all that stuff. And my sister still, my sister is still Joe witness, and she eldest wife and stuff like that. But she called me. She called me and text me and stuff like that now. So, but y'all, you know what? It ain't a guilty bone in my body. I don't have no feelings toward that fool. It ain't no nothing. It ain't no feelings. It ain't no nothing. It ain't nothing. Ain't nothing there. You gonna do me like how Joshua told me to do my youngest daughter. My youngest daughter be playing was playing them games just like my oldest daughter. Them two, y'all, and my son was like, my oldest son was like, you know what, Mom? This how you do them. You know, when your oldest daughter be on your social media and making them comments and stuff like that, don't, don't block them, ignore. Because they can see when you doing it. She and then my son was like, oh, she contacted me, and my reaction was this: I did this and that, and I didn't reply to. I did these steps. I did this and this and that, and my sister said the same thing. My sister said the same thing. Certain steps and boundaries that she set up, y'all. You ain't got. This season, you ain't got to tell and show me but one time. That's it. I'm not retarded. You only got to show me one time. And that's, I'm cutting you off permanently. That's it. That is it. I don't care who you are. That chapter is closed. That book is closed. That season is over. Y'all, for my healing, but all that talking nice or reach out and touch somebody. No. You show me what you are. I am believing you. I believe you. Them years of second guessing, and submitting to your narcissistic behavior, your pimp daddy behavior. No, it's over. You know what? I'm done. I done heard that before. I done heard it. Well, here it is. Some people, your silence and your absence is louder than your presence. It's louder. They showing you they never cared about you. They never liked you. They never liked you. They showing you that, and you ain't got no time to be wasting your years. You still younger than them. You ain't got, your time is precious. You ain't got time to be wasted with them idiots. God will raise up real friends and real destiny helpers and real people that sincerely love you and support you. Y'all believe that. If you gotta walk alone, walk by yourself, it may take years, it may take months, weeks, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Y'all, I don't care how many children you had by that devil incarnate, y'all, like a daggone Nephilim. Y'all, like the Nephilim. Like in the Bible, where those demons, those angels came down and they slept with the women and they had the Nephilim. Y'all, beware. You be sleeping with a demon. And God didn't deliver you out of the fornication, deliver you out of, you done married a demon. marry the demon, sleep with a demon, and then you have a child by a demon, and they grow up to be a Nephilim. Y'all, and we know in the Bible that the flood came and killed some of the Nephilim, but not all of them. Y'all, it's obvious because look at David and Goliath. Goliath was one of the Nephilim. Y'all, one of the giants on the, y'all. And we know in the Bible that Joshua with the promised land and the spies went and they saw them big fruit, them grapes where they had two people had to pick the fruit up because it was giants in the land. Y'all, some things God will deliver you from some giants, but not all. Not all. And you gotta use discernment. You got you gotta use discernment. You gotta cut your ask God to give you the strength. Give you the strength, the boldness to break free from them. Y'all don't be like Lot's wife. Don't look back and keep it moving. I remember when Yvonne used to tell me that about Charles. Said, God will give you the grace. God will give you the grace when you can't fight for yourself. He'll fight for you. And Lord and behold, that's when y'all, God will fight your battle as a woman, as a black female, as a woman of God, as a female. He will fight for you where you weak, where you emotionally and spiritually weak. He will step up for you. He will fight your battles for you. Y'all, sometimes it gets to the point where you overwhelmed. You overwhelmed. Y'all, block, not just block them off of your social media or block them off your phone. Block them out of your spirit. That's where it starts with your mind. Block them demons out of you. Block them babies, fathers out of your mind. Out of your mind. Battlefield of the mind. You block them out of your mind. And then your heart. Y'all, out of your mind. That's the first thing. Perceptions and stuff. Y'all, then your heart. The motives and stuff. Y'all, your heart. Guard your heart. Then your spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. Y'all, you done turned them into your God. I done heard that. Well, then hear this. Bye. They don't care. They done already used you. They done already fulfilled their purpose in your. They done already got what they wanted. They done already manipulated and stole and got what they wanted and took it and ran with it for years. So it's like, I don't care. They don't care, but you care about you. You care. You ain't got time to be, having condemnation. There is no condemnation for those that love the Lord and that are called. Y'all, bye. Folk like y'all, beware. They know, oh, you ain't got no friends. Don't you ain't no family. You come. When I made that suggestion to Henry on the phone about him contact his family, first thing came out of his mouth that his family don't care about him. You know why they don't care? Because they all alike. Just like my in-laws, y'all. Just like my in-laws. Could it be because of him? The mother is gone. The father is gone. Is it because of him? Y'all, and I met his sisters and his brothers. Is it because of him? Y'all, and our son, well, I can't say ours, but his son, Henry got two sons. He got Christian, that's adopted by my cousin, and he got Courtney. Y'all, and his selfish behind don't care about neither one of them. He don't care about neither one of them. He ain't care about his other son's mother that's dead. Y'all, y'all. A lot of times you meet people like that, you don't realize how dangerous they are until you step back. You have to detach yourself from them physically, but the sex thing, and you detach them spiritually. Then you look back and you say, you know what? It's them. This fool got baptized at the church. He got baptized at the church that my kids was raised in. At the Baptist church that my kids raised in. Y'all, he got baptized there. And even with that, he got baptized there at 2012. Even with that, his mother was totally against that. His mother ain't show up. His family ain't show. Y'all, beware. Even when he came, even when he came to meet my father, when he came to the Kingdom Hall. Now I'm looking at that from a different perspective. And my father was not nice to him, but y'all, my father's Ahab spirit and Henry narcissistic demon. Henry is like that rat from Ninja Turtles. I don't know what the rat's name, but like him. He looked like him, talked like him, y'all. And my son called him that. My son and my youngest daughter say he's like that, y'all. My father, looking back at, my father didn't like him either. My father did not like Henry. He ain't like Elliot. He ain't like my husband. But he was like, what can I do? The same feeling, it's the same feeling I had when when my youngest daughter tried to force me into meeting this prophet lady friend of hers. Y'all, it's the same feeling I had with that. Yeah. And I was like, why are you putting pressure on me so much? Why me? Why is it so important for me to meet her? Why your father can't meet her? Y'all, first it started with my daughter DMing me on Instagram about this prophet Lovey dude. And I was like, something ain't right about this. Something is not right about him either. Y'all, and then all this stuff, all the scandal going on the internet about him. I was like, y'all. And even with that, my oldest son Josh was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. But you know what? That whole thing remind me of Pose. It remind me of that TV show Pose, where the LGBTQ community and the biological parents was kicking them out the house and all that stuff, and how the LGBTQ community, they had houses. They had houses, and they were called they had a house, and they had transgender and a gay would call themselves a father or call themselves a mother. Billy Porter called himself the father, and that transgender guy called himself mama. Angel called himself mama. That's the same spirit. It's the same thing what my youngest daughter is into. The same thing, because she said how she met her off the internet. It's the same vibe. I couldn't put my finger. It's the same vibe. It's the same spirit, it's the same thing. Reminded me of Yvonne when I was in my 20s. When I was in my y'all, I got tears in my eyes. It's the same spirit. It's the same spirit. The same feeling, the same pain, the same spirit. I was in my 20s, and Josh was a little baby, and I took him to a Pentecostal church, and I met Yvonne there. No. I met her sister first. I met her sister Terry first. Yeah, who was a single mom. And then I met Yvonne. Y'all, and the rest is history. Y'all, and the rest is history. She called herself my spiritual mother. Y'all, folks, my point is this. Folk like that, they good people, they kind-hearted people, but they shouldn't be in your life. They need to leave you alone. They pray. They prey on your they trauma bond you. They trauma bond you. They prey on you. They manipulate. They don't even realize it. You don't even realize what is going on. Because you young and you vulnerable and you naive. And you need, just like that show Pose. Just like that show Pose. You put out there on the street, y'all. You try to navigate life by yourself, y'all. Which is why my oldest son was like, you know what? Leave my youngest daughter alone. Let her learn on her own. Let her learn on her own. My son even said, pray for her, but let go. My sister said the same thing. Said, name all my kids' names one by one. It said, let it go, Crystal. Don't do it things out of guilt. You up there doing things out of guilt because they was in foster kids, and you feel like a bad person. You did your best, Crystal. Y'all, and that's how I be feeling when I see my youngest daughter navigating what she navigating, and knowing what I know about my husband, and he ain't doing, y'all, knowing what I know, and then she been in foster home. She aged out just like my oldest son aged out. Y'all, that's a whole nother whole nother thing. But in my mind, as her biological mother, in my mind, I'm thinking like how I was when I was her age. I'm thinking like that, and I'm thinking, okay, she living with her best friend, and her family. Thank God. And I'm rewinding. I'm rewinding back what I went through before I had Joshua, and how I was living with women, and I got put out. I'm homeless, and I met my son's father. Y'all, I'm flashbacking of what happened to me. You know, what my mom did, what my parents, both of them, what both of my parents did. Flashbacking, y'all, what I went through when I was in Job Corps. Job Corps was like a group home setting for me. You know, y'all, and I'm flashbacking. I said, just the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the exact same. She is repeating the exact thing. But thank God she ain't had no kids. Both of my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter. I'm thinking the same thing about my oldest daughter. Like, oh my God. That's why my sister said what she said. She said the two of them is the same spirit. You know, one of them punch you in your face and the other one didn't. The oldest one came in your house, talked smack to your oldest son, and said, I gotta see my options, and came down here twice with a mission to assault. Make a long story short, y'all. The second one, which is the youngest one by my husband, like my sister said, she more concerned about that one. She more concerned about that one than my oldest, because at least she said the same thing that my son said. Because at least with her, you know exactly what you're getting. You know you're gonna get punch, pop, beat up. It's physical. It's physical and it's witchcraft. And she come out and said, I'm a witch. Come out and tell you, I'm a witch. Crystal, call me by my face. Crystal, I'm a witch. You know, come out and say, you know, you a prostitute. Y'all seen it on the platform? Y'all seen it? My youngest is totally different. Totally different strategy. Do the little mommy makeover, you know, totally different thing. You know, come see my mommy. You know, come to my dance recital. The whole thing. With God, that was a trip too, y'all. Y'all, different angle. Different angle because I raised her. I actually raised my youngest alone, you know, married her father. She know her father. You know, what, you know, even fast forward, even last year when I was in the hospital, I know where he at. I know where he at. Them two knew what program he was in and all that, and I'm legally married to that fool. Y'all, between her, my husband, and my mother, y'all, and my son said they trying to kill you. My sister said that's more dangerous, Crystal. That's more. I'm more concerned about that than the oldest daughter. Y'all, fast forward back to Henry BS. Y'all, warlock, which warlock behind y'all. Back to him. Cut them off. Believe that while Delilah then cut your hair and got your eyes gorged out, that your hair gonna grow back. Y'all, your hair will grow back. You will get your strength back. You will get the victory. You will get your strength back. You will push them pillars. You will destroy your enemies. God will use you to kill the Philistine. Yes, he will. Oh, yes, he will. Oh, yes, he will. Y'all, it ain't over till God say it's over. That's right. Every time you get up and you inhale, and y'all, every time you alive, and trust me, God is dealing with your foes and your enemies. He is dealing with them. They will gaslight you. They will cyber stalk bully you. They will monitor you, hover over you, narcissistic, y'all. They will send there flying monkeys, y'all. They will Glenda, the good with you. Only be around you, you know. What they say wicked. Remember they seen when one of the Munchkins said, "Oh, well, you her friend." She ain't want to acknowledge that Alphaba was her friend. Come on here. The same thing. Your children will not acknowledge you. Your children's fathers will not, your parents, your mother will not acknowledge you. But God will raise you up. He will elevate you. He will elevate you to the point where they ain't got no choice to see you soon. They ain't got no choice. They ain't got no choice but to see you flying high. They ain't got no choice but to see you rising up above them. And you know what? You ain't gonna be better. You gonna be better. You ain't gonna be evil like them. You ain't gonna be resentful like them. You ain't gonna be backstabbing like them. Y'all, God gonna use you to help them. Just like Joseph and his brothers, y'all, what the devil meant for evil, God, though, turn that joke around. Y'all, but bless you so good, they be like, you know what? They gonna feel bad. They gonna feel bad. They gonna feel bad. Y'all, they already feel bad because their spells didn't work. Their spells, their abandonment and their rejection didn't work. It didn't kill you. It ain't kill your spirit. It ain't kill your soul. You is still here. Y'all, by the grace and the power of God. Y'all, come on. If it seems like I'm yelling and anything like that, it ain't because I'm angry or nothing like that. Y'all, it's not because of the bad thing, but y'all, you got, and they the main ones want to shut you. You shouldn't say that on social media. You shouldn't say that. Don't tell me what I shouldn't say when you've been part of the chapter in the book. You the reason. You are part of the narrative. You the reason why I got on the wrong. You the reason why you put me on the yellow brick road, knowing you put me on the yellow brick road like Dorothy, knowing full daggone well that there was a train in Oz to go straight to the wizard. Y'all, you set me up. Y'all talk about shining. Y'all, like in Wicked. Y'all, don't you dare tell me how to tell the truth of what happened. Don't you dare go that way with me. It's like that little girl that everybody talking about where them women in the church go and tell the little girl said that my stepmother listened to, I thank God for my stepmother listening to me. You don't tell that little girl what to say, how to be thankful. Get out of here with that. And you don't tell me not to speak the truth as to what you did. Obviously, I'm not lying because your aunt and your brother is saying the same thing. Obviously, I'm not lying. Obviously, we can't be lying, saying the same thing, and y'all in coerce with each other. That's why y'all don't want to make peace and talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about what y'all did. Y'all like the wizard. Y'all like the wizard in Alphabet's mom with that green thing potion. You hit and quit, hit and run. And you got the magic spell, and you want to impress people. Y'all, just like Alphabet said, you ain't got no power. Y'all, or you like in that show Pose. You is like that. Y'all, y'all, that's why, that's why, that's why you so influenced by a prophet lady from TikTok. You influenced by a young person that's in the same age bracket as your sibling, but you don't wanna you don't wanna talk to your older sibling. You don't want to talk to your older brother because of jealousy. Let's keep that because of jealousy. The older brother is the firstborn that know everything. You don't wanna You don't want to talk to him. You don't want to live with him because you know he ain't going to take no crap off of both of y'all. Both the sisters. That's why. So what you do, you go to the mother, divide and conquer. You go to the mother that courage. You abuse the mother. You spiritually and emotionally abuse, and you abandon her. Y'all, come on now. That stuff sound like y'all. That sound like a Bible drama. Sound like Chosen to me. Sound like the old. Sound like a story in the Old Testament. Y'all sound like something in the Bible. Y'all sound like Rebecca. How Rebecca she helped Jacob trick Isaac. Come on now. Come on, follow me. You know, she was pregnant with twins, you know. Y'all read their account. Y'all, that's why God got them stories in the Bible for our benefit. Got them stories in the Bible for our benefit because that same kind of mess happens in 2025. Happens to black families in 2025. Y'all, and if you don't be careful, it'll overwhelm you, overpower you, y'all. If you don't look back, you don't speak up. Y'all, and here we got some nerve. He got some nerve. But, you know, he ain't do nothing. He ain't, just like this story of the snake. You know, the guy saw the snake in the snow, in the ice, and he picked the snake and was frozen, and he put the snake in the coat. And the snake defrost, and he bit the man, and the man said, "Why you bit me?" And the snake said, "You knew I was a snake when you picked me up." Y'all, the same thing. The same. When I think about, I was legally married to Elliot, 2002. And I met Henry 2010. Y'all, so legally, that shouldn't have happened. But back to, had Adam protected his wife, protected Eve, I'm the Eve, had the Adam protected his wife and took care of his took care of his wife and his 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 daughter, took care of his daughter and took care of his stepchildren, that would have never happened. It wouldn't have been no Henry. Come on now. Hold these men, hold these men accountable. Hold the grandmother and the grandfather accountable. Y'all, come on now. Come on. For the fall of the family. For the sin of for the sin of the family. Got Adam looking at Eve, yeah. He watching the whole thing go down. Y'all, if you step back and you look at the pattern of the fathers, and then you look at the pattern of the children, y'all, of their kids, y'all need to stop blaming Eve, stop blaming these women, stop blaming the mother, and stop blaming these women for the fall of the man. Y'all, what did Jehovah God do? Said, where are you? Y'all, the woman that you gave me, y'all, hold these men, y'all, cut them off. Women, that's why God baptized you with the Holy Ghost. That's why you got the Holy Ghost. That's why you speak in tongues. That's why you got the Comforter. The advocate for you, the Comforter. What Jesus said to his disciples in John 15, that he would not leave them alone without a Comforter, an advocate. Y'all know what you know. Y'all, okay? Let me get off here because I'm be on here too long. Be blessed.